I'm an immigrant, family of immigrants, born in Ireland. We've lived several countries around the world, and then my father was a clinical psychologist, worked in forensic psychology, and we kind of went from hospital to institution to hospital around the world, and we ended up back in Abbotsford after immigrating to BC many years before. Growing up being Irish, soccer was our first love. So we were, playing lots of sports here in Abbotsford, club level, and then it wasn't until Abbotsford Senior Secondary that I got an opportunity to play football for the first time. So there was an announcement at school asking for any soccer players to show up. The team needed a punter, and I had no idea what I was doing. Showed up, kicked the ball higher and further than everybody else, and I guess you say the rest is history. When I played junior football with the Abbotsford Air Force, a man by the name of Jerry Mullis, who went on to have a long career in coaching. He just retired a couple of years ago. I remember one day we were at a banquet for the All-Canadians at the junior football level, and him telling my parents that, your son is special, he can make a career out of this, and I think they were kind of like, football, what? Like being immigrants, like, And then I think it was at that point I kind of started to realize, maybe I could, and then I chose to go to UBC and got a scholarship, and and then things just really snowballed really quickly. To leave college early and to get drafted and make a team and beat out a veteran and win the job and then go all the way and win it all was quite the roller coaster ride. And so that first year was really special because it was an extension of college. Because on a football team you have 12 starters on offense and defense. You're a special teamer, so you got about a 26-man roster of starters, and of that 26-man roster, 13 were like myself. We were first-year players in the CFL. Yeah, we were 8-1 down the stretch, with 3 playoff wins, being the third one being the Grey Cup. So it's like any team sport or sports in general. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And football maybe is a microcosm of that because, well, having so few games, you have less opportunities to kind of like make it or break it. So we just got together at the right point and just never looked back. So when I had the opportunity to come and play in BC and follow Waddy Bono, who is now here, the manager after me in Calgary, it was an awesome opportunity to come play back in your home province. This is the province where I started all my football from high school to junior to university, now professional. So, I would have played at all levels. So that was quite the, the opportunity, and I was really eager for that. But it was awesome to go to my favorite restaurant before the game, walk up Robson, go from my condo downtown, go to BC Place, go home right afterwards. Everything was right here, right? And have friends and family supporting you through the wins and losses the whole way. So it was quite nice to come back and play here.
This one will come from the 47-yard line. 11 seconds on the clock. O'Mahony for the tie. Hits it hard. It's good! Oh! His first playoff field goal ties the game. From the 40-yard line for the win in overtime. O'Mahony composes himself. The ball is out, down, kicked, and done! The Lions win!
I had no doubt in my mind, but I think a lot of people around me did because I hadn't had that opportunity under that so-called pressure and lights to perform. And so, again, these are the moments you look for. And a lot of it slowed down, and I don't quite remember all of it. I just remember being gang tackled by my teammates afterward. And so the kick to tie the game with 0 seconds left on the clock was unbelievable. I just remember the impact of the ball, and it was all slow motion watching this ball constantly go higher and higher, and just it was good. But the one in overtime was a bit of a problem. The long snapper snapped it on second down instead of third down, and there was mistakes there, but we managed to kick a field goal to win to go to the Grey Cup, and the rest is history. So working in the field of mental health, and more specifically with, suicidal, homicidal kids, we have these children that are quite vulnerable, and I have a skill set to connect with them and help them, in these most problematic times. And that wasn't just enough for me. And like I said, that pursuit of excellence and how I carry myself, I noticed that there was a niche of athletes that are not getting the support they need, and we're seeing more and more mental health and some emerging mental illness in athletes because of the pressures and the demands and the stress that people are experiencing at a younger age, not just professional, but college, high school, and younger. So it's unfortunate there's a plethora of work out there, but I'm just glad that I have an opportunity, and I'm blessed to be able to help these kids in these most vulnerable moments.